all the cool Japanese and figurines straight out of Japan, and you can find out more details about us in the description of this video, including our Facebook page and our online store. So in this video I'm going to show you guys some of the figures that have come out in Japan in December 2017. As is often the case, December is a very big month, usually the biggest month of the year with releases, so there's a heap to get through. As always, these videos will focus particularly on Banpresto figures, and we focus on that because we feel that they're great quality and they're also very good value. But by no means is it a complete list. So there's a lot to cover, so let's get straight into it. So the first figure is the one that you can see here, which is a Bulma figure. This line is actually a new line known as C2, written in Roman numerals. And I believe it's called C2 because the figures actually have two colors. So you can actually heat when heat is applied. I think the benchmark is 32 degrees. It changes color. So you can see here when it becomes hot, she changes to red, and when it is cold, it's black. So the base color is black. Yeah, I have got that the right way around. So Playboy Bunny Bulma, she does actually appear like this in the series, in the Dragon Ball line, not Dragon Ball Z, the actual Dragon Ball line. And there have been some other figures of Bulma in this outfit released before in the Peachy Peachy Girls series, which came out quite a few years ago. Many years ago now. When did that come out? I think it was like 2009 or 2011, something like that. So, but you can see clearly there. So when it's hot, it's red, and when it's cold, it goes back to black. Actually, that Peachy Peachy Girl series also had Bulma in white bunny outfit. So if you want her in white, you can check out that line. But those figures are very expensive now because they came out so long ago. So there's just a look at how she appears in the actual series. So moving on to the next figure. So this is the Blood of Saiyan line. Now this is also a new line of figures, obviously focusing on the Saiyan characters. I have to admit, this figure just looked a little bit strange to me personally. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know what specifically is wrong with him. There's nothing severely wrong with it. It just looks a little bit strange, but the hair is quite cool. It's in gold. And yeah, there have been some other figures of this released, such as the Vegeta, and there's some others coming out later this year. They're pretty decent in size as well. You can see they're 18 centimeters. So yeah, some of the like God characters are also going to be released. So yeah, that's an interesting one. New line of figures if you're interested in that. Blood of Saiyans. So the next one is, this is the Shenron New Year's thing. So I think it's called in Japanese the Oshogatsu Kazari or something like that. But in Japan, for the New Year, people hang these wreaths on their front doors. And it's to kind of welcome, I believe the meaning is it's meant to welcome luck for the new year. And it also has these sort of paper things which you'll often see in shrines in Japan. It's actually a Shinto thing, which is kind of the religion of Japan. So if you go to shrines, you also see this kind of pattern. But yeah, if you're ever in Japan around New Year's and you walk around and you see people's houses, I guarantee you pretty much everyone will have a kind of wreath. So Banpresto were quite clever in actually having Shenron in the shape of this wreath that people could, I don't know, put on their doors or something. So probably doesn't have much meaning if you're not Japanese, but it's certainly an interesting, spin on Shenron. So you can see there you can hang it on your door if you wanted to. I don't know if anyone actually did in Japan, but yeah, there you go. So the next one we'll have a look at is the WCF Goku, if the image ever comes up. Here we go. So World Collectible Figure, WCF line. These figures are usually quite small. They're only about 7 centimeters, so not particularly big. and this has Goku in all of his forms. So you got Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God. Is it called Super Saiyan God or just God? God Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Super Saiyan God Goku. So if you're a Goku fan, that's a good collection to get. The WCFs are always very expensive because they're made in very limited quantities, as I'm sure some of you will know. But they are very collectible. So they usually go up in value quite a lot, and we actually sold quite a few of these, probably more than what we usually do with the WCFs. So the next one is the Kuji. So this is the Super Saiyan Goku Ichiban Kuji. So this actually is quite big. I forget exactly how big. I think it's about 30 centimeters, something like that. So it's about Master Star's piece size. And I believe it's actually exactly the same mold as the Resolution of Soldiers Goku, but they're just doing it in a larger scale. So recently Banpresto have been releasing a lot of large scale figures, obviously the Grandista line as well. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool figure. There was actually 4 figures that came out in this Kuji line, which was Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Super Saiyan God Goku, and Super Saiyan God Vegeta. And I believe the Super Saiyan God Goku is exactly the same as Super Saiyan Goku except the hair. So a soldiers line and just upscale it and then change the hair color and say, oh, okay, that's Super Saiyan God Goku. So what's old is new and what's new is old. So this is the Super Saiyan Vegeta. So this is kind of the pair of that set. The box, I love the box art actually. They are pretty big boxes because of the size of the figure, naturally. But yeah, again, this figure I believe is exactly the same as the Resolution of Soldiers Vegeta. So if you already got those figures, you're probably not going to want to get them. But we actually sold a lot of figures in this. Like again, the Kuji is usually very expensive because you can only get them as lottery prizes in Japan, and that automatically inflates the price because it's more expensive for people to get them. But so yeah, so we usually don't sell that many as a result of that. But we actually did sell quite a few of the figures in this line. So there's a better look at the Goku and the Vegeta. Yeah, so 25 centimeters. So there you go. So that's, how big is that? That's like 10 inches, something like that. So so this will be the Super Saiyan God Vegeta. Again, if it ever comes up. So I think this one is actually the most expensive one in the set. I'm pretty sure because so the way it works, and I've explained this before, but the way that you get the prizes in Japan is you buy a lottery ticket, and if you get a good prize, you get a figure. Why is this image not coming up? Come on. Master Stars piece figures. I think these are much better, to be honest, in terms of price. I mean, they're nearly as good, and they're like a third of the cost. It's great. The hair color is great. It really is an amazing figure. Possibly my favorite figure release of the year, actually. So yeah, definitely get this figure if you haven't got it already and you're a Vegeta fan. So Goku Fez. So this is kind of actually like the WCF Gokus I showed before. But basically this line is for Goku only, and it's got all the different forms of Goku. So this one obviously is the child Goku. We've had heaps of others like Super Saiyan 3, normal Goku, like grown up, Kaioken Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan God Goku, you name it. But that's the child one. This is, so we're moving into One Piece now. So this is an S Culture's special release of Ace. Didn't sell particularly well, I have to admit. So, actually, this is Figure. Oh yeah, Figure Coliseum, right? Did they actually brand this as the S Cultures? Yes, they did. There it is, right? So they're actually stopping the S Cultures line and replacing it with the World Figure Coliseum. So it's pretty much the same, just different name. So this is the Nami Flag Diamond Ship. Pretty popular line actually with One Piece. The Boa Hancock sold heaps when that came out. This one actually didn't sell as many as we thought, but it still sold relatively well. And yeah, it's a really nice figure actually. As you can see, it's 25 centimeters, so again, it's around 10 inches. And yeah, it's obviously just a nice kind of sexy figure of Nami. I'm not actually sure whether she ever wears this in the series. I don't think any of the figures actually in this line represent the characters from a particular scene or saga of the series. They're just kind of like fantasy figures, I guess. So this is the Nico Robin C2 figure. So this is the same line as the Bulma. I don't think at this stage any other figures in this line have been announced. So with the Bulma, the color of her outfit changed. In this one, I guess, 4 degrees, and if it's anywhere in between, I guess it's like half and half. So yeah, so I don't know if you've got it sitting on your window ledge or in the sun, then it, maybe not something you if you can. And these are actually pretty big too. I forget how big. I think are they 20 centimeters or 25? Don't think they're 25. They are pretty big actually. If you go to our store, you can see the sizes. But yeah, they are certainly a pretty decent size. Right, we're freezing again. Okay, here we go. Next one is the Luffy King of Artists 20th anniversary. So yeah, King of Artists line. I actually love the King of Artists line. This is from, I actually forget where this is from when Luffy wears that red outfit. But anyway, so 2017 represents 20 years, obviously, of One Piece. There was quite a few different figures released to commemorate that. And this was one of them. They also re-released the Zoro King of Artists figure in red as well to match this figure. Are they going to do the other characters in red? I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. Because we already know the next one coming out of this is the Ace, I think. Another Ace. Yes, another Ace. And we also got Jinbei coming out as well. But there you go. King of Artists, the Monkey D. Luffy 20th Limited. So 20th Anniversary Edition. Moving on. And so they have gone and released one figure about 25. So this is actually a Sega figure. So Sega do actually make figurines. They also run game centers in Japan. This is the last they had previously released version of Captain Phasma. Next is the Praetorian Guards, if this computer ever do. So the Praetorian Guards, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. They never actually, I don't think they ever actually say Praetorian in the movie. What did you think of the movie? Did you enjoy it? I thought it was alright. So there's actually 3 versions of this figure. So there's these 2, and then there's also one with like kind of nunchucks, or like the 2 things that break off. The swords, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, pretty cool figures, particularly if you're into The Last Jedi and Star Wars and all that. I actually thought these guards looked pretty cool. Actually, I thought it was an interesting iteration of the old guards that we saw in the earlier Star Wars. Actually, the original trilogy, wasn't it, that we saw these? So this is the U-wing fighter. These figures are actually, they're pretty cool, and they're not that expensive. You can see, decent size, 19 centimeters, and it does actually fold out. Is anime type thing, so I'll go through these relatively quickly. Now, This is probably actually the best figure I've ever seen of Darth Vader. It looks absolutely amazing. The pictures do not do it justice. The detail on this figure is off the charts, and it actually comes in two figures. There's two boxes, so you get the figure, and then the other figure is actually a lightsaber that lights up, and that's like the charging dock or the charging station. That's what it looks like. It looks absolutely incredible. I know the pictures are a bit hard to see, so you can see they're two different figures, but they really are. So there it is, the two boxes. It really is an amazing figure. So yeah, definitely if you're a Star Wars fan and Darth Vader fan, highly recommend that. Actually, it's a lot more mask thing, because I think there's a scene as well where Emperor Snoke is like, you're just a kid in a mask or something like that. So is a figure there. 50th anniversary Shonen Jump, just like the Kuroko no Basuke one I showed. So this is Gintama. I'll go through this pretty quickly because Gintama usually isn't that popular outside of Japan. It's pretty popular inside Japan. But there's another one. There's been a heap of these figures. The Dragon Ball and One Piece ones are coming out later in 2018. So you haven't missed them. They just haven't been released yet. That's going to be Super Saiyan Goku and Luffy. But there's been a lot of other good ones like Soul Hunter and yeah, there's just been heaps, hasn't there? So this is Fujiko Mine, Glitter and Glamours. Glitter and Glamours is a pretty popular line, obviously, as a lot of you will be familiar with. So this is from the Lupin series, which I know is actually, yeah, some of the movies have been pretty popular over the years. Hayao Miyazaki actually made one many, many years ago, who of course also made a lot of the Ghibli films. It comes in two types, as is often the case. So second and last one. So this is the Princess Aurora Briar Rose Sleeping Beauty Cube Posket figure. A lot of people have actually been collecting the Disney Princess Cube Posket line. They always sell very well. As always with the pastel. Finish off December 2017.